Hi Virgo, welcome to your October 2017 Astro Update. It's Raina here. So Virgo, what is happening? Well, I think this is going to be a great month for earned income. And that is because the sun is in that second house for most of the month. Until the 23rd of October, the sun will be in Libra. Libra is your second house. This reading is for Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising. Please remember that this is just a general reading, and the degree points of your sun or rising sign, the rising is also called the ascendant, do matter in terms of where these transits fall in your chart. If you'd like a personal reading that looks at your natal chart, which is going to be different than other Virgos, please click the link below this video that takes you to rainamoonastrology.com. I'm currently promoting a sale on my natal chart interpretation, but I have other readings as well. And the thing about it is that the second house is the house of the money that you earn. It's also your possessions, and it's also self-esteem. The sun in the second house can give a boost to your self-esteem too, because the sun is all about confidence. And Virgo people tend to be a bit timid. So this can be very helpful for you in your life in general. Not to mention that the sun can just be healing to your finances, So anything to do with the money that you earn can receive a boost with the sun there, and Mercury is there until the 17th, and Mercury has your mind kind of going overtime, thinking about ways to earn money, perhaps crunching some numbers and trying to figure out how you're going to do this, kind of scheming. What else is happening in that second house? Oh, wow. Well, Jupiter has been there for the last year or so. So Jupiter is making its final days of transiting that second house until the 10th of the month. So Jupiter has one last chance to expand you, bless you. And hopefully it's already done that. But in any case, yeah, you have that as well. Now, there are let me just talk about the full moon in Aries, because that's connected to something else too that's happening on the 5th of October. The full moon is going to be in Aries, and that is your 8th house, okay? So Virgo, the 8th house is the house of sex, death, and other people's money. So I just was done talking about the second house of the money that you earn. The opposite house, which is ruled by Scorpio in the universal chart, is in Aries. That's your 8th house. And could be kind of exposing some issue about an inheritance, for instance. Maybe you didn't know about something, it's been going on, and it's like all of a sudden the cat is out of the bag. One thing that I want to let you know is that Uranus has been transiting this house for several years now. And so there could be some surprise involving an inheritance. And maybe now with the full moon, it's like, here it is, your second cousin twice removed just left you all this money. And you're like, who? Maybe you met somebody once and they liked you and they left you all this money, and it's like a total shock to you. But the full moon can also bring some kind of closure about some kind of a will situation. Maybe you went through probate and now it's all coming to a head. It's all coming to a close. So full moons can bring endings, but also the culmination of something that has happened. And it can be a time of uncovering secrets in any area of life in the 8th house. The 8th house is the house of secrets. It's also the house of metaphysics. So for some of you, you may have some kind of otherworldly experience that especially when it deals with people who have crossed over, being a medium to disincarnate spirits, perhaps. I don't know. That's a great time in October. It's Halloween month. So whatever, that's happening on the 5th. On the same day, there's going to be a conjunction with the divine lovers, Venus and Mars. Now, this is the first house that this is occurring, and it's occurring in your sign, Virgo. So this could be very auspicious for you in terms of your image. Something about the way that you present yourself may really attract others to you and also be profitable for you in terms of bringing money as well as career advancement. So how that connects to that full moon, I don't know, but it is happening on the same day. So maybe for some people this is a romantic thing where someone notices you and they make that connection with I don't know, like a deep soul connection. And so just keep that in mind, because one day of the connection is the same day as the full moon. So then we have everything shifting to the 3rd house. Well, let me put it this way. Venus does go into that 2nd house on the 14th. And Mars falls on the 22nd. Venus in the 2nd house can really up the ante when it comes to money, because Venus rules the 2nd house in the sign of Taurus. Venus is also your ruler. Oh no, Venus is not your ruler. It's funny because I did this reading over again. I think I've done this reading 4 times, Virgo, and I'm not going to do it again. I keep thinking because of Libra. I keep thinking of that because, Venus rules both Taurus and Libra. But Venus goes into the 2nd house on the 14th. And for you, Virgo, the 2nd house is an earth house because it's Taurus's house. So it is a friendly angle with you. And being that it is in its own house, it could bring money to you. It could bring some kind of ability to purchase a luxury item, perhaps, that you've been wanting that, is kind of a high ticket, big ticket item. And Mars goes into this sector on the 22nd, and Mars can be you just hustling, making a lot of money, having the stamina, the physical wherewithal to do it, and you're just on a mission to make money, make major money, okay? And let's see, what else is happening? So Jupiter goes into that 3rd house on the 10th of the month, and the 3rd house of communication, of the internet, all that stuff. So now Jupiter is expanding that sector. And for those who want to start internet businesses, this is great. Jupiter will be here until November of 2018. So you have 13 months to make these things happen in this area. And then we have Mercury going into this sector too. So Mercury in its own house, being very driven to express yourself for whatever reason. Could be in order to gain profit. It could be because you're trying to start something online. You have a new moon in your 2nd house on the 19th. So that can be good for, again, the money that you earn. Maybe you have some kind of new income stream that comes in for you. And because Mercury has been in this sector and you've had Jupiter in this sector, it's kind of paved the way. You've come up with ideas. You may have had expansive opportunities and now you're kind of cashing in. So Mars, at the time of that new moon, Mars enters a few days later, and again, you're going to be driven to earn money. And the sun goes into that third house of communication on the 23rd in Scorpio. So it joins Jupiter there. Also joins Mercury there. The sun can give you creative ideas on how you want to express yourself. And also, I think it can give you the sense of confidence to do so because, again, some of you may be a little bit reticent, you Virgos, you shy wallflower Virgos. Now, I have the moon there, so I can say that. And you know, I think that a lot of us who have the sun or moon or Virgo rising tend to kind of question ourselves and criticize ourselves. And what I found, and maybe I read this somewhere, I'm sure I did, is that if you just start taking steps to doing the things that you want to do instead of overanalyzing it, that you will break through that analysis of that paralysis analysis, you know, and really just stop with the perfectionism, because there's always something else you can do. There's always going to be somewhere that you could have done it better, but you got to start somewhere, right? And I'm thinking about this in terms of like a YouTube channel, because when I first started my channel in 2014, making videos, I knew that I was not going to be doing these types of predictive videos for a while, because I thought it was like so easy to do this. I thought I was going to be one of the only people on the planet doing it, which was absolutely absurd. It wasn't until I actually sat down and tried to do it that I was like, whoa, wait a second. Now, how do I do this? It looks so easy, and yet it was very deceptively easy. So what I decided in my mind that I was going to do is to kind of take a certain amount of time. I thought it was going to be 1 month. It turned out to be 9 months of doing some kind of crash course training in predictive astrology as well as the tarot. Because I was really more geared towards analyzing personalities with astrology versus actually predicting things. So I took off that time, but I still wanted to learn how to make videos. So I did that for 9 months, and it was a brilliant idea because it allowed me to just play around without having to really put it out there as something professional. So you may want to take those kind of baby steps as well and do it in your general vicinity of what you want to eventually accomplish, and yet not be so committal. Is there a word committal? There's non-committal. I don't know if there's committal. Committed to it. Okay. So, yeah, but the sun in that third house, you may even discover that you are good at public speaking. Maybe you get nervous, but then once you get up there, you're fine. And some of you that are Sun in Virgo, you may have other planets in Leo, you know, that are personal planets, since it's right next to you, and that would make you much more outgoing anyhow. So have I covered everything? Yes, I do believe I have. Okay, Virgo, I hope you enjoyed this, and I also hope that you have an amazing October. Take care of yourselves. Bye.